Hi everyone, Tracy Blehm with Tracy Blehm Coaching and the Ignite Your Life Systems. And in today's Spark, I want to talk about, are you letting yourself down constantly? Now that might sound very harsh or very dark, as my teenager likes to put it, but really it's about how many times have you decided you want to go do something and then you don't, right? How many times have you decided you're going to lose weight and you make the first couple days, then you fall off the wagon and you don't, and you've done that repeatedly. Or how many times in business have you decided that this is your bold money goal and you're going to go after it and then you don't, right? It's kind of like playing Wii from the couch. You don't really get the benefits of what these things are meant to do for you. And the reason why we will do that over and over again can be a few things, but the number one thing, and my favorite thing to talk about, of course, is mindset. If you don't have your head in the game, doesn't matter what goal you set, you will not actually go out and achieve it. And the difference between unsuccessful people and successful people is successful people do the uncomfortable crap that the unsuccessful people don't want to do. They pick up that phone, they book those appointments, they get themselves out there. It doesn't mean that they're not nervous. It doesn't mean that they're not scared. It doesn't mean that they don't get ridiculed or judged or nasty comments, especially right now on social media, but they keep going. As one of my mentors years ago used to say, put on your Teflon suit, honey, and get out there and do it. If you want that success, that is what's required. So there's a couple other things, though, in our mindset. And of course, with your watching a spark, there's going to be clearings. Clearings are, for me, like reverse affirmations, where we kind of pull those mindsets out, whether we know we have them or we don't. We just have to do the clearing to kind of pull it out. Whatever is true for you and will create your greatest success always remains. You cannot remove the good stuff. So sometimes what happens when we are constantly letting ourselves down in regards to our goals in our life, and especially in business, is because we're actually on some level afraid of succeeding. And I did this for years with my health. And when I was much younger in university, I was that package with the six-pack and the whole 9 yards. And I bought this belief system that once I entered the real world and got a real job, I wouldn't be able to maintain my health. So in the last year before I graduated, I started to pack on a lot of weight. I didn't get that freshman 15, no way. But at the end I did, because my belief structure started to tell me that it's not worth it, don't bother, it's more important to do this, right? So I had this fear of having the career I wanted and the health. I feared that success. I feared whether or not I could handle it, whether or not I could do it all. And later on in my life, that same fear of success also affected my fertility. I couldn't get pregnant because at that time, I had worked myself up into my job in architecture and interior design, where I was on the cusp of getting everything that I'd set out to do. And if I had a baby, the baby would come first, no longer my career, but I'd done all this work for the career. So it was a really fascinating mental journey on what actually works for me, right? I can have both. I can't have both to the same level as I would if I only had one, but I can definitely have both, and I can definitely have a level of success that I desired. The other thing that can come up is you're afraid of your own greatness. So this will really tie into what happens with family, right? Do you get judged or ridiculed when you surpass what's going on with your family? Now, for those of you that know me, I have a very large family on one side. And, there was lots of kids. They didn't have a lot of money, but my one grandparent was a brilliant business person, so he managed all this stuff. Now, did the kids have the same level of wealth as the other kids in the town? No. But when push came to shove, there was actually a lot of stuff going on there that was wealth driven. So when I take a look at becoming great, or I would tell those family members what I wanted to do, they would tell me I was stupid, I was foolish, I can't do it, that's ridiculous. There was times when I would be young and I'd say something to my mom about something I want to do, and she'd be so busy, trying to scramble in her own business that a lot of times the comment was, shut up, get out of here, don't talk so stupid to me, right? So, because I was the oldest of four and she didn't have time, right? My dad was working in a camp job. She was running a business. She was helping two siblings with their businesses. There was no time for her children. It was just straight up survival to try and gain the funds, which is a mindset thing. So for me, whenever I wanted to go do something with my life, I would keep it secret. I wouldn't tell anybody until after I had done it. So when I signed up for architecture, I told them after I got accepted. When I left architecture, I told them after I took the opportunity to leave. When I decided to open my own health and wellness clinic, I told people after I had signed the lease. And that was because I knew that if I told them ahead of time, I would get scared about whether or not I could do it instead of just going and doing it. So that's my own personal technique, but it was also buffered by a bunch of clearings. So let's do those clearings so that we can get your head in the game, get that mindset straight so you can go out and create what you desire on your terms. Okay? So everywhere you are afraid of how great you could become and what that would do to those around you, will you destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release? And everywhere you're afraid that you might actually succeed and your whole world would change, will you destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release? And everywhere you're not willing to risk this current life for the one you desire, will you destory, delete, untangle, unwind, dissipate, and release? Now, if you haven't watched any of my videos before and understand clearings, if one of those seemed really kind of gummy or it's a pattern, I highly recommend writing it out, saying it a few more times, or recording it on your phone and playing it on a loop so that it kind of really polishes away. Sometimes we need more than one kick at the cat to get those belief systems shifted, especially if they're deeply rooted. And so I always recommend recording them on the phone. For clients that I work with and coach, I actually do the recordings for them and then they listen to them at night. So again, keep working at it. Get that head in the game and then go after it. If you would like more help, highly recommend going to tracyblehm.com, booking a focus clarity consultation, and let me assist you with getting your head in the game, achieving those goals, and start making those dreams come true. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Click subscribe, get the next ones, and we will see you soon. Cheers.